Hey everybody, Will Fix here. Got another cool video for you today. And we will read between the lines a little bit, and hopefully you'll like how this information will help the price of XRP, the things that they're developing. And it's amazing. Watch out in the comments, man. There's so much trash goes on there. Sometimes I wonder if I shouldn't just shut the comments down, but I love hearing from you guys. And I've gotten ideas. A lot of these videos are from you guys. I'll start highlighting you whenever I use one of your ideas for content. You know, I'm going to start making sure that I let everybody know, you know, who gave that to me, because there's so much great information out there, so many good people. Okay, so today's video is from a podcast that David Schwartz does. He does on a regular basis. And it's about, have you heard about the EVM that's being developed? Okay, so Ripple XRP, I get those mixed up when I'm speaking because the first thing that comes to mind. So I'm going to start trying to just say Ripple XRP. All right, so the EVM and XRPL sidechains are emerging technologies in the blockchain space that aim to expand the functionality and capabilities of their respective parent blockchains. So I'm going to give you a breakdown of each. What is EVM? It literally means Ethereum Virtual Machine. EVM, Ethereum Virtual Machine. So you have to wonder about why we would create a sidechain that runs on XRPL and it runs Ethereum. Well, there's great reasons, fantastic reasons. Reasons that make XRP increase in price, because it's increasing usage, which takes up coin. That's the basics. So this is said throughout this this little speech. I put pictures of who's speaking so it wouldn't be as boring, and I hope it's not boring. To me, it's not boring, but I'm putting this up just to show you. But I want to go over this just a little bit about what's in this upcoming video. By the way, if you can, like and subscribe. I love to see the subscriptions. I really appreciate it. The effort that it takes for you to subscribe. I know you got to reach over, you got to, you know, probably change the page and then hit the bell notification and all that stuff. But I just want you to know that when you do that, I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. So many of you have. I'm overwhelmed at how you guys have received me. And share the video too, if you can, if you like it, you know. Some of you don't, and that's okay too. I don't get mad at you. All right, so Ethereum Virtual Machine. All right, EVM stands for Ethereal Virtual Machine, the runtime environment for smart contracts on the Ethereum blockchain. EVM sidechains are essentially independent blockchains that are compatible with Ethereum smart contracts and tools. This allows developers to build applications on the sidechain while leveraging the security and networks of Ethereum. The benefits of the sidechain: scalability, customization, interoperability. Okay, now, so listen to this. Scalability. EVM sidechains can significantly increase the transaction throughput compared to the main Ethereum chain, which suffers from congestion and high fees. That's one thing we know. A lot of people wondering if Ethereum's going to last, you know, with Ethereum Gate. Well, if there is a system built by XRP that can receive the Ethereum and it's at the cheapest price and it's a smooth running rail, where do you think it's all going to go? Man, I think we'll end up getting it, you know, if that scenario was to take place. Customization. Sidechains can be customized to have different features, functionalities than the main chain, allowing more flexibility and innovation. Interoperability. EVM sidechains can interact with the main Ethereum chain and other EVM compatible blockchains, facilitating the exchange of assets and data. Now, we know that Polygon Arbitrum XDAI chain. You know, I don't know how to say some of these, you know, sorry. I'm just a hillbilly out here. But so let's go ahead and listen to David Schwartz interview these two guys. And I want you to listen for the one guy talks about, first he says something that sounds like we'll create XRP. He says something to that effect, but then he just after that shoots that down because you know that's not possible. Here's a couple fears that we don't need to have. The side chain isn't going to be something that exists apart from XRP pricing. The side chain isn't going to have events where everybody's going to play and have a wonderful circus and all this money be used, but then the regular XRP users get no increase in price. That's not going to happen. That's not how this works. They're actually going to be using XRP, which means these coins will be utilized, which means they will have a job, which means they will not be in circulation, which means there'll be fewer coins available, which means the price goes up, right? And they'll be using the coins. And we know the usefulness of the coins from the analogies of how this works, that as the system is full of coins that are being used, that also drives the price, which spurs supply and demand. Then we go into the whole thing, AMM, liquidity pools, and all that stuff. So this is positive news about XRP being used to be able to facilitate the smart contracts of Ethereum. We're basically stealing Ethereum's money. People don't want to pay those high gas fees. Did you know I moved three little Ethereum of money that I had on different exchanges? It cost me $30. I moved way more XRP than the Ethereum I owned, and it cost me pennies. No, I don't even think it was a whole penny. Huge difference. People will want to use the EVM over Ethereum. So they might build out on Ethereum. They may have already started on Ethereum, but guess what? They're gonna want to use XRP much faster, much cheaper. And so this interview is about that. Just check it out.
Chain. Our first question is from Panos at PanosMech. Will the EVM sidechain have a native token or use an XRP IOU for fees? How will the whole process work? And second question, XRP staking has been mentioned in the past. Does this stand, or will the sidechain use the same validator model consensus as the mainnet? I think we answered the second one pretty much, but you can add some comments to that. And first one about what will it use for fees?
So yeah, the first question, it's quite easy. Basically, XRP will be the native currency, actually will be the bridged XRP. So in order to make this work, there is this smart contract, which is on the Genesis block of the EVM, which generates these XRPs. And then these XRPs are the ones being used as a native currency to pay the fees for the smart contracts, deployment, etc. For the second one, that it's very interesting as well, XRP staking. Well, as we already mentioned it, there is no staking on this EVM in terms of the traditional staking we all think, because basically as it's a sidechain, we cannot increase the supply of XRP. So basically there is no more XRP that can be generated or an inflation part of it. So in terms of then validators just weighting their votes or staking their votes, as Adrian mentioned, we have this proof of authority for many reasons. The first and the most important is to be very similar of the main chain, but also in terms of security. When you launch a chain from a chain which is so much big and popular as XRP, there is some risks on launching a proof of stake because there is some 51% attack risk if someone bridges too much stake in the very start. Whether done in the proof of authority, if you have an authority at start, which is trusted parties, that can maintain this consensus, then they can keep decentralizing it in a very secure way, which is what we are going to do.
Thanks. Next question from @IamWeUnited. What benefits does a sidechain bring to the XRP ledger, especially in terms of EVM compatibility? We talked about that a little bit. We can address it directly. And two, what use cases or applications are expected to benefit the most from this integration? Interesting question.
Well, on the first one, as you mentioned, we already talked about this. I think that the benefits in terms of EVM compatibility, it's all of it. So we will be fully EVM compatible, or at least it opens the door for all this. I think that the main point here, it was made by Adria, it was about the scalability. So in order to scale XRPL, in order to have this EVM compatibility, having this horizontal scalability with other chains looks like one of the best options right now. So yeah, I think that's the main benefit. In terms of use cases, so why do we need this parent sidechain or this EVM sidechain? Most of the use cases specifically related to payments or to very secure, already written functionality with the XRPL mainnet and amendments, it's far better to make it there. It has more than 10 years been on mainnet, and it's a lifetime. It's something very, very important for a blockchain. So the main reason to do that is for different applications. So for example, gaming, metaverse, or even some DeFi protocols, all this kind of application that requires a little bit more of custom logic on chain that can be very verifiable and transparent. Then it's important that we have a place to put all this. XRPL can have it through amendments, but it's a more complex process in terms of scalability, and smart contracts can be a very cheap and fast way to bring these things on chain while being on the XRPL ecosystem.
For example, you could build an XRP collateralized stablecoin very quickly on the sidechain, whereas building it on the main chain would be very complicated, and you'd have to get a consensus that it's a benefit to the ecosystem as a whole, whereas it might just be useful for something you're doing.
Yeah, that's a perfect example.
It's a big advantage that on the EVM sidechain, you can build something because it's useful to you, whereas on the XRP ledger, you have to convince people that it's useful to the ecosystem as a whole. It's a different set of trade-offs, has different advantages and different disadvantages, plays different use cases. Our last listener question is from the Denarian at MAW34984. How is the community responding to the introduction of EVM compatibility? Are there any notable projects or partnerships that have already embraced the integration? And how seamless is the interaction between XRP Ledger's sidechain and the Ethereum ecosystem?
Well, in terms of community responding to the introduction, I think we don't have a very extensive experience on the XRPL, but at least for our feelings, looks like it's the project that has been more well received. It looks like it's a feature that has been very long awaited, and people it's really excited for it. There's already a very big number of projects building and contributing to the protocol, even in DevNet stages. Also, what we hear from feedback from hackathons and stuff looks like there is a lot of engagement. So hopefully, as we get closer to mainnet, people will be more and more engaged. So for this part, we are very happy. In terms of projects, partnerships, already embracing this integration, although I cannot provide many names yet, and most of them I don't know because we are mostly on the tech side. I'm well aware of some other protocols that are already interested or testing the technology. So hopefully the results are good and they are going to launch on the early stages of mainnet. But I cannot provide any name right now which is relevant to the public. And in terms of interaction between our sidechain and the other Ethereum chains, I think the door is open here, and I want to be very clear. Everything requires time. So even the chain, it's public, and the possibilities are limitless in this part. In order to have this interaction of building bridges to all the other chains, to have all these protocols having compatibility with the EVM sidechain as well, it's not only that needs to be technically possible, which will be right now, but also requires some maturity of the ecosystem. So for example, many the apps requires oracles, pretty stable oracles on the chain. Many centralized or decentralized apps require some integration also with the protocol itself. So there is many things that over the time will be leveraged and deployed. In terms of technical capabilities, I think that we can reach the same level of interoperability with other Ethereum ecosystems that any other EVM chain has, but it's important to notice that it will take some time until all these things are getting on place.
Well, thank you all for the insightful questions. Keep them coming. Who knows? Maybe your question will be featured on our next episode.
All right. I hope you liked that. I sure did. I'm glad to see things moving in the right direction. Listen, like and subscribe if you wish to. If you enjoy the content, it's one way that we get some great feedback, and I appreciate it. Appreciate everybody that has. Check out the links. You know, if you're interested in tokenized property, Algorand, look at the link that I have let's see, if you use that link, they'll give you 20 bucks to buy some tokenized property, by the way. But if you're interested in that, that's the link that I have, lofty.ai. You'll be excited to see what's there. You can shop through, you can buy tokens, $35, $40, $50, and then you earn a little bit of rent and a little bit of the value of the increased price of the duplex, home, quadruplex, whatever it is. But check it out. I think you'll like it. Y'all have a good day.